Hello, hello! Today I'm going to be showing you how I created these 5 super cute monsters for Halloween 2013. I'm not going to worry about giving you all the details about which polishes I use together because obviously there are so many different combinations of colors you can do for monsters. It's really either what do you have in your stash or what color scheme do you want to go with. So I definitely recommend practicing on some falsies beforehand just to make sure the polishes work well together. And then first things first, getting the foundation down. Layering is key. We are going to have to really build up the color in some of these nails because obviously, like as you're seeing with the thumb, that purple, it's a solid purple, but over that red, it's just not going to be, it's still showing through. So we're going to do a layer, let it dry, and then later on you'll see after it's dry, you'll see me go back and I'll touch it up and you'll be like, okay, we definitely need a layer. So first things first, get the body shapes down and outlines that you want for your monsters. As you can see with this one, I went ahead and put the little antennas that I have on him. Alright, I don't know if they're antennas or ears, I don't know, whatever, they seemed like a good idea at the time. And the next look I'm going to be doing is the purple and green, and this is possibly like my favorite one. It's just, he's so cute. He's got, I don't know if it's like hair, or, I don't know, it just seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm going to actually start with the outline at the top first, so I have a general idea of where I'm going to go. If you have a dotting tool, that would come in super handy right now, especially one of the smaller ones, but again, bobby pins, needles, whatever you have on hand, you almost definitely have a dotting tool available right now. You just don't know what it is yet. So anyways, like I said, I got the outline down on this one, going over with some green. I'll go back later and do another coat, but same thing. I'm just kind of creating the foundation of this little guy. He almost kind of reminds me of like a baby Frankenstein, maybe like a cute version of it. I don't know. It does to me. And you can still use, like I'm using one of the Q-tips, precision tips for these bigger dots. You can use Q-tips if you have them on hand, that'll work. And what I'm doing with this, because there's not an actual body, this one's just a bunch of different eyes, like a little monster just all covered in eyes. I'm using an orange polish as kind of like, I guess what would be like kind of I don't know, the background for the eye, like kind of like the eye socket, if you will. And you'll see how it gets layered up later, but it just kind of creates a little bit more contrast. So if you have a big dotting tool, that's what I'm using to get those round circles. And as with other dotting, good practices, make sure you practice your dots on something else first before they go on your nail, or else it'll be a surprise what shape they are. And for this little guy, I am just creating kind of like a sluggish alien, or at least that's what I had envisioned. And he's gonna have like a tall, narrowy, round body. And then for the antenna slash eyes, you want to just put little benchmark dots down, so you know roughly where you're going. Obviously, this is all freehand, and I put way too much pressure on myself. I'm sure somebody else out there is. Don't worry about it. It'll turn out probably fine. It's your nails. Like, it's freehand. People will not expect perfection. But on the other hand, like, just, sometimes it's like one of those Bob Ross happy little accidents. Just go with it. But anyways, where I'm going with that is you just want to kind of create general guidelines so that when you see how I put those extra dots in, the final dots, they're in like the perfect and correct place. And my middle finger, I wanted to do like cool little eyes in the dark, and I couldn't decide if I wanted 2 or 1. So I ended up doing 3, so I'd have a pair at the bottom and then 1 single eye just looking at you at top. I don't know, at the time it seemed like a good idea, but I think it's cute. I'm just putting down the white foundation, and here's what I was talking about earlier. See how that extra little coat of purple just really makes it just a solid purple, and that's what you need to make sure you accomplish. Also, I'm really sorry I lost some footage, and the whites got put in and I cannot seem to find the recording. So my apologies, but just take your dotting tool and go in with the white at least one time, possibly two if you need to. And details. And then the last layer you need to put in are the eyes, like, or well, the darks of the eyes. I'm using black just across all of them, just because that's what I wanted. But if you want a cool green-eyed monster, go for it. I'm using the smallest dotting tool that I had on hand, and so obviously I'm filling in on my eye monster now, so he's got a lot of dots. I got my little pinky monster there, and I used my own hand, like I pushed my finger down against my own, palm, just to, for stabilization purposes. So that's a little trick you might be able to use. And obviously for these bigger dots, you may need a bigger tool like I did. And don't worry if they're a little off-centered, it's totally okay. They could have a wonky eye monster, somebody's better to have one. So you've worked really hard on creating these super cute monsters. We want to make sure they are absolutely, completely dried all the way through. And then, of course, a top coat of your choosing because we don't want them chipping. And yeah, you're good to go. You could do all of these nails. I mean, there's so many different options out there for cute monsters. You could have an awesome little accent nail. The sky is really the limit with these, but I just wanted to show you a few right now. I really hope that you are inspired by these little monsters. I'd love to see your monster nail art or your Halloween nail art. I've got a whole roundup of my favorite looks for Halloween 2013 on the blog right now. I'm adding to the post almost, I don't say every day, but almost every day. And I will absolutely love to add yours. If you have a blog or you're sharing your pictures up on Pinterest or something, send me the link and I'll add it to my list. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can see all my upcoming videos. And as always, thanks so much for watching.